He has joined. Sir, welcome,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Okay, sir. Good afternoon, one and all present here. I warmly welcome all the dignitaries, officials, and the participants to join us in the webinar on National Recruitment Agency organized by Regional Outreach Bureau and Press Information Bureau, Chennai. Now, I kindly welcome our Director of Press Information Bureau, Shri Gurubabu Balraman sir, to deliver the welcome address. We welcome you, sir.
Welcome
Hello.
to all the dignitaries who are participating in today's webinar. And it's my privilege today to welcome our Director General South Zone, Sri S. Venkateswar, IIS, who is the South Zone Regional Head for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And it is such a privilege to welcome our DG South Zone to be part of this webinar on National Agency. And on the panel are also the other dignitaries from the Railway Recruitment Board, the Chairman, Sri G. Srinivasa Reddy, IRPS, and the Chairman, Bangalore, Sri B. Kasi Viswanathan, IRSME, Chairman, Railway Recruitment Board, Bangalore. It's such an honor to have both these recruiting board chairmen chairmen of both these recruiting boards from Bangalore and Chennai. It's such an honor to hear from you about how this National Recruitment Agency will bring about a change and benefit people who apply for jobs, the job seekers in our country. It's a very revolutionary decision taken by the government of India to increase the employment opportunities for the youth and to narrow down all the examinations into, instead of having multiple, just bringing down to one. We would like to hear from our own senior colleague, Sri V. Palanichami, a Joint Secretary level officer, who is now the Director of the Regional News Unit of All India Radio, Chennai. He has been a youth icon, literally a man who is very popular among many college students and who has gone around the state far and wide, telling them about various job opportunities and also to prepare themselves for the various competitive examinations. Many people have joined the UPSC into many services because of the encouragement and motivation from our Director AR News, Sri V. Palanichami. And welcome Sri Venkateswar, our Director General South Zone, to give the presidential address, after which welcoming all the honorable guests one by one before they could speak. Over to our Director General South Zone, after which our Director AAR News will give his presidential introductory address. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Guru Babu. Good morning, everybody. At the outset, I'm privileged to welcome our special guests. I call them special because they have taken all the pain to come and join in this webinar. Sri G. Srinivasa Reddy Garu, IRTS, and Sri Kashi Viswanathan Garu, IRSME. So thank you very much, because I know you have a very busy schedule and there are lots of things lined up for you. You have come all the way. So I thank you for coming and joining in this webinar. I also thank all my colleagues from PIB, ROB, DOC, All India Radio, Doordarshan, other colleagues, other journalists and friends who have joined. Thank you very much. As all of you know, this is a very revolutionary step taken by the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, that there will be a standardized form of examination where all of them are on equal footing and they select people on the same merit and talent, and that is the first level, first tier. In second tier, respective departments can take them. It can be RRBs, it can be banks, it can be other organizations, it can be government institutions, it can even be state institutions. Even private players will be taking up tomorrow from this first layer. And second thing is, they can have exam in their own language. It can be mother tongue or it can be language of their choice, where people will be more comfortable in writing the exam. That's the second major step they have taken. Third is, earlier people used to come all the way to the district headquarters or even to the state headquarters and write the examinations. Now, the facility is given to have it in each district. Almost we have around 660 districts in the country. So it's a facilitation for poor. What we look at it is taking most of the rural people who are talented into the examination pool. Second thing is, people, especially women, girl, child and all that, they need some attendant to go all the way. They have to spend 2 days, money and all that to go to the urban areas. Now with this facilitation, the weaker sections, women, rural students, they will be having an opportunity to come and participate in all the examinations. That's one. Two is, for different sectors, they have different exams. You can have 30, 40 in a year. You have to go and write all the exams. Now, with one examination, twice a year, you can appear and it will be common for all the Group B and Group C. This is a great achievement. And the students are also very happy. They'll be saving the time, energy and all that. Other thing is, if you want to improve your scores, you can once again write it, and these scores are valid for 3 years. That's a great facilitation for the students. So this will basically help the rural students, women, backward people, people from minority segments, so that they don't waste the time. They don't have to depend on other people. They can come to the nearest center and write. They can write in their own language. They are more comfortable with. So this is a revolutionary step. And in this process, we have been writing many articles. We have been talking to different segments of society. Even our Honorable Minister Jitendra Singh Ji also has written articles on this, and we have published in all the papers, and it has come widely. And in the process, we are also having webinars where these views are percolated down to the last person. So we thought the best person to talk about this is the chairman of the boards, because they are specialized in this work. They'll be dealing with this examinations regularly, and they are the job providers. So once again, I'm very happy to be associated with the webinar. I once again welcome Srinivas Reddy Garu and Kashi Vishwanath Garu to this webinar. I think they'll be throwing a lot of light about the details about it, structural changes, how people are going to be benefited and all that. I thought with this few words of introduction, I once again welcome all of you to this webinar. Thank you very much, comrades, for giving me this opportunity. Now I think the speaker should speak, because that's the most important thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Vidya.
It's a pleasure. Sorry, sir. Hello. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Shri V. Palnichami, IAS Director, AIR Chennai, to deliver the introductory address. So we welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Venkateshwar sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Srinivas Reddy sir, Kashi Vishwanathan sir, Guru Babu, and of course the organizer Kamaraj, and the special guest Mr. Balaguru. So thank you very much all. There are a few things which really most of the things in a very nutshell, DG has explained how now our youth is going to be really benefiting all these things. So I'll be talking in both in Tamil and English. So this is a really a opportunity and boon. இன்னைக்குள்ள காலத்துல மக்களுக்கு இப்போ சார் நிறைய பெனிஃபிட் ஃபுல்லா சொல்லிட்டாங்க. அதனால அதை நான் ஸ்பெஷலா போய் டச் பண்ண போகல. ஒரு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு இது என்னன்னா, இதுல ஒரு ஆன்லைன் எக்ஸாமினேஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது மக்களுக்கு ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு நெருடலா இருக்குது. ஆனா இந்த ஆன்லைன் எக்ஸாமினேஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது இன்னைக்கு நீட்ல கூட வரல. ஐஐடி ஜேஇல இருக்க நான் நீட்ல வரல. ஏன்னா பேக்வர்டு டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ல பேக்வர்டு பிளேசஸ்ல எப்படி வருவாங்க அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு சங்கோஜம் இருக்கு. அதற்காக அரசு அமௌண்ட் ஒதுக்கி இருக்காங்க, பட்ஜெட் ஃபார் 3 years, and the aspirational districts of 117 districts where it will be also reaching, and technically also the best thing is about mock test, and there will be a question bank in any examination. In any examination we need lot of question. The advantage, the National Recruitment Agency will be putting a question bank in the system. Same thing for a common eligibility test, the type of question will be asked, all detail will be available in the web. Am I audible? I am not able to see all.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Right. So these are the this is the landmark change for youth. But there is another thing. For I think our chairmen, both the chairmen can explain these things. Especially there are states there is a differences. Definitely, people will ask why the less number of people selected from Tamil Nadu and not in the other places. Because I am putting it. Why? The issue is already they are preparing the exam in the same mode. Nothing is more. For example, 10th standard, 12th standard and degree. So whatever the basic knowledge, ஒரு டிகிரி படிச்ச பையனுக்கோ ஒரு பொண்ணுக்கோ என்ன அறிவு வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டாண்டர்டைஸ் நாலேஜ். அப்போ பொதுவாக என்ன தெரியணும், நாட்டு நடப்பு தெரியணும், அதே மாதிரி அவங்களுக்கு என்ன அறிவு இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற அறிவியல்லையோ ஒரு புவியியல்லையோ என்ன அறிவு வேணும், இது ஜிகே ஜெனரல் நாலேஜ் ஜெனரல் அவேர்னஸ். அதை தாண்டி இந்த டெஸ்ட்ல எல்லாத்துலயும் வரக்கூடிய கேள்விகள் என்ன இருக்குது, மேக்சிமம் குவான்டிடேட்டிவ் ஆப்டிடியூட், டெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ரீசனிங், அதுல வெர்பல், நான் வெர்பல், அப்புறம் டெஸ்ட் இன் இங்கிலீஷ். ஓகே, ஸோ இது ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு விஷயம் தான். இதுல இந்த பெஸ்ட் அட்வான்டேஜ் இஸ் தட் கொஸ்டினர் when you make continuous practice the person can enter the next level very easily. இப்ப every twice a year the exam is being conducted. அது ஒண்ணு. அது போக whoever the person till his reservation, somebody is reserved, when somebody has 30 years or 32 years, till the exam reservation the person can improve the score in the CET. இது ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு விஷயம். இதை விட வந்து முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, நார்மலா நம்ம சிவில் சர்வீஸ்ல என்ன நடக்கும், பிரிலிமினரி மெயின் இன்டர்வியூ, சப்போஸ் எந்த ஸ்டேஜ்ல ஃபெயினாலும் மறுபடியும் பிரிலிமினரி இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கணும். இங்க அப்படி கிடையாது. இப்போ இந்த ஸ்கோர் வந்து பேசிக் ஸ்கோரு. இந்த பேசிக் ஸ்கோரை வச்சுட்டு நம்ம ஒவ்வொரு முறையும் நான் RRB அப்ளை பண்ணலாம், நான் SSC அப்ளை பண்ணலாம், நான் IBPS அப்ளை பண்ணலாம். இது உண்மையிலேயே ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ் டோட்டலா கட் பண்ணது. அடுத்து இந்த ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் ஏஜென்சிஸ்க்கு வந்து ஒரு லாங் ப்ராசஸ். இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் நிறைய மாணவர்கள சொல்வேன், போட்டி தேர்வு என்பது நீ வேலைக்கு எடுக்கிறது இல்லை, உன்னைய கழிக்கிறது. இட் இஸ் எலிமினேஷன் ப்ராசஸ். பேசிக்கலி இந்த preliminary test is a elimination process. But what a youth is needed, he should not or she should not get eliminated. Very very important. அப்ப படிக்கணும். மேக்ஸிமம் நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு சிலபஸ் கண்டிப்பா தெரியணும். கண்டிப்பா அரசு இப்ப நோட்டிபிகேஷன்ல ஃபுல் சிலபஸ் சொல்லிடுவாங்க. வாட் வில் பி தி மாடல் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அப்படிங்க தெரிஞ்சிடும். இதை வந்து மக்கள்கிட்ட போய் சொல்ல வேண்டிய விஷயம். as a communicator we are propagating this information down to நம்ம லாஸ்ட் மேன் வரைக்கும் நம்ம கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கக்கூடிய நம்ம வேலையை வந்து நம்ம அமைச்சகத்தில் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். அண்ட் FOP and PIB is doing an excellent work and this is the best thing and we will make more number of program like this so that people have a நிறைய பேருக்கு என்னன்னா இந்த ஒரு விஷயம் எப்படி இது இயங்கும், என்ன நடக்கும், இது வந்து என்கிட்ட கேட்டிருக்கிறாங்க. இந்த தேர்வு வந்து வேற மாதிரி மாறிடுமா அப்படின்னு என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்க. அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. எதை எடுத்தாலும் வந்து நெகட்டிவா பார்க்க கூடாது. This is one of the best program youth can have it, youth can avail it. First part. Second part, expense. ஒவ்வொரு முறையும் ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேஜுக்கும் பே பண்ணணும். அந்த பேமெண்ட் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ டீச்சர் சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா, ஒரு பையனோ ஒரு பொண்ணோ டிராவல் காஸ்ட், எக்ஸாம் காஸ்ட், டைம், நீ யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. இந்த மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் டைம் இஸ் கால்ட் மணி. யூ டிராவல் லாங் வே 1 or 2 days இட்ஸ் வேஸ்டட். பட் இப்போ ஆயிரக்கணக்கான பிளேசஸ்ல இப்போ CET வந்து இட் வில் பி ஹெல்ட் 1000 சென்டர்ஸ் அப்படிங்கல எல்லா டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லயும் இங்க நம்மளுடைய எக்ஸாம் வந்து நம்ம CET எக்ஸாம் நடக்க போகுது. இப்போ ஒரே ஒரு என்னுடைய ரிக்வெஸ்ட் என்னன்னா, நம்ம 2 போர்டு சேர்மன்ட்டையும் இந்த லெவல்ல இந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டவுட், ஒரு விஷயம் வருது. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த அஸ்பிரேஷனல் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் அது தவிர மற்ற இடங்களையும் நம்ம வந்து IIT JEE எழுதுற பசங்க மாதிரி நம்ம டேலண்ட் உள்ள பையங்க இங்க இருப்பாங்க அப்படி சொல்ல முடியாது. How these boys and girls will be trained? This is the biggest question. I think our both the chairmen will be really able to really explain it. This is a real ஒரு பெரிய சவால். ஏன்னா நான் ஒரு கிராமத்துல இருந்து வரேன். இன்னைக்கு வந்து இவ்வளவு பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து ஆன்லைன்ல கிளாஸ் நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. நிறைய பிளேசஸ்ல வந்து நெட்வொர்க்ல பிரச்சனை இருக்கு. பட் எனியோ இன்னும் 1 yearல வந்து இந்த பாரத் நெட் ஸ்கீம்ல வந்து எவரி வில்லேஜ் ஹேவ் நெட்வொர்க் அப்படின்றாங்க. I think this government is going much forward and forward looking and the technology also coming and it will be very very helpful. So இந்த ஒரே ஒரு சவால் தான். மற்றபடி உங்களுக்கு வசதி வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்தாச்சு. இப்ப ஒரு உதாரணம் சொல்ல இருந்தா, ஒரு இடத்துல சாப்பாடு இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டோம், ஒரு இடத்துல தண்ணி இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டோம், இன்னொரு இடத்துல வந்து உங்களுக்கு கனி இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டோம். நம்ம என்ன செய்யணும், எழுந்து நடக்கணுமா, ஓடணுமா, இல்ல தவண்டு போறணுமா, இது நம்மளுடைய விருப்பம். இதுதான் சிஸ்டம். ஸோ இளைஞர்கள் வந்து இந்த ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியை திஸ் இஸ் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நமக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு, இதை வந்து இப்பவே பிடிச்சிக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதான் என்னுடைய ஆசை. ஸோ மை ரிக்வஸ்ட் and it's my opinion also that it is a fantastic announcement and this is a boon for our youth who are preparing for all central government exams and jobs. I think with this word, I think I will leave it to our experts to speak about it, and then if there is any doubt, I will really come back and ask questions. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Panichami sir. This is a wonderful opportunity to hear you, and you have brought a different perspective about the whole thing. கிராமத்திலிருந்து வந்திருக்கிற ஒரு இளைஞருக்கு வந்து எப்படி தன்னைத்தானே இந்த பரீட்சைக்கு வந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிக்கணும், எப்படி இந்த எக்ஸாமை சந்திக்கணும், எந்த அளவுக்கு இது பயனுள்ளதா இருக்கும்னு சொல்லிட்டு மிக அருமையா நீங்க எடுத்துருத்தீங்க. Now we will have next on the line is Mr. G. Srinivasa Reddy Garu, who is the chairman, Railway Recruitment Board, Chennai. Word about Srinivasa Reddy Garu. Sir has joined Indian Railway Personal Service in the year 1990, and he is an engineer by profession and has also done his LLB. And his work experience includes, after joining Railways, started a career as Assistant Personal Officer and was Chief Personal Officer, South Central Railway. And in recruitment, he's been the Member Secretary, RRB, Chairman, Railway Recruitment Cell, and now presently he is the Railway Recruitment Board, Chennai, Chairman for Chennai. And his core areas of expertise are recruitment, all staff matters, labor laws, industrial relations, and welfare. Sir, we really look forward to hearing from you so that our audience here will be enriched this evening. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, all. First of all, let us thank you for giving this opportunity. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, sure. Sri Venkateswar Garu, Sri Palani Swami Garu, Bala Guru Garu, and Mr. Kamaraj. I'm happy to know that he was in Railways before joining IAS, and my dear friend from Railways, Ms. Kasi Viswanathan, who is an expert in recruitment and who has conducted mega recruitments in the last 2 years for Railways. First of all, Indian Railways is a major central government organization, and every year we recruit number of candidates for various posts, both technical and non-technical. For this purpose, in each zonal railway, an RRB has been established, and each RRB takes care of in the jurisdiction of the zonal railway. Generally, we conduct recruitments for assistant loco pilots, technicians, assistant station masters, and various non-technical categories like goods guards, ticket collectors, and clerical staff. This was National Recruitment Agency was quite long time. Railways was also advocate for this, because if we take in the last 2 years, we conducted 4 major employment notifications we have given, and we have conducted for more than 2.75 crore candidates examinations pan India, including our exam centers at Andamans and Lakshadweep. You name any challenge, we have faced all the challenges to ensure that the examinations are conducted in a very smooth and fair manner, and the candidates who depend on the merit and hard work get selected and join Railways. In fact, in one of our major examinations, that is for the level 1 post, which we conducted in the year 2018 and 19, more than 2 crore candidates have participated. We had hundreds of examination centers, and our examination system is, like Ms. Palani Swami said, ours is highly computerized examination, starting from online application, payment of application fee by online, call letters sent through online, and the examination is also online examination and evaluation also with the least possible manual intervention. And on behalf of Indian Railways, we are very proud to say that all the 4 major recruitments, there was not even a single complaint about any malpractice. But there are various challenges faced by both Indian Railways and also from the candidates. We have to book various examination centers. Sometimes there will be floods or other activities all over some places. We have to cancel the examinations, again to conduct the examinations to ensure that no malpractice takes place. That transport arrangements, that is the most important because the candidates travel sometimes more than 300, 400 kilometers to attend the examinations. They come with their bag. They're not only the travel expenses, they have to stay on the platform. Sometimes we run the special trains also. So there is a lot of cost is involved. And another important aspect is same candidate will be writing multiple examinations, not only in railways, but in other staff selection commission, banking examinations, the examinations with class. So they sometimes they'll be demanding for cancellation of our examinations, even service commission examinations will be going on. Like Mr. Venkateswar Garu said, this is a remarkable step. This will solve many of the challenges what are faced by the departments and also by the candidates. From the department point of view, our recruitment cycle time will come down. That is the first major advantage, because directly we can go based on the score, CET score, we can directly go for the second stage examination or select the candidates for the other document verification, etc. Second is the cost. For each examination, even though they are collecting some application fee from the candidates, the examination cost is very high. Third point is that every time it is a big challenge to ensure that the exam is conducted in this way. So from department point of view, a lot of advantages are there. Same time from candidate point of view also. Like some speaker said, that time is the very essence. So with single examination, where you can save a lot of time, you can apply for the multiple posts in multiple departments based on the score. Another aspect is that it is a single registration and single application and get a single score. The score is valid for 3 years. Then if you want to improve the score, there is an opportunity. You can write the examination CET and again improve his score. Based on this score, you can apply to various departments. Another very, very important aspect is in each examination center is established in each district. The candidate, particularly we have seen in our examinations, number of candidates are women candidates, persons with disabilities. So they need not travel long distances. They can nearest point in their own districts, they can take the examination. So that will save them not only time, it will also save them the money. That is another big advantage. There is also that the authenticity and credibility of the examination system will go up. Because I am very confident that being this examination, the merit and a candidate who works hard will get a lot of benefit. You will get a scope to join various departments based on this score. That is another big advantage. Then the standardization of examination is very, very important. That will take place now, because if a standardized question bank is established, the difficulty level is also, only difficulty level differs from one examination to another examination. There are 3 types of examination right now they are planning under NRA. That is the 10th level, +2 level, and then graduate level. The scheme of the examination will be almost similar except the difficulty level. So that standardization of the examination also takes place. That is another advantage for the candidate. So we are eagerly waiting for this NRA to come into place. So that we are also happy that along with Staff Selection Commission and also Banking Board, RRB is also part of this, going to be part of this NRA. That is another add. Candidates can now, if he gets a score, a valid score, the examination is conducted twice a year. If he wants to appear, once again he can appear and he can get a better score. Otherwise, he can concentrate on other activities. He need not go on writing the examinations. Otherwise, what's happening now is a candidate for number of years, competition level is so high. He'll be writing multiple examinations for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. He will be. Sometimes we have seen the candidates missing very narrowly the getting selected. Again, they will be writing the same examination or different examinations. But here with this examination, he had a lot of advantages there for the candidate. He has to concentrate only on a single examination and get a better score. That is what. We are open to any discussion or any questions from even on this issue NRA, because it may take some time to establish NRA. Already the steps are being taken, I understand. And another aspect is that Railways is already conducting examinations in multiple languages. In fact, it is not only in English, Hindi. All RRB examinations are conducted in 15 languages, including all the major regional languages we are conducting. We give the question paper in all the 15 languages. That is already taken. And we are also, our examination system is multiple choice of the objective type questions and computer based. That is our examination pattern. Only the difference is now that the candidate need not write RRB separately, Staff Selection Commission separately, or Banking Board's examination separately. He can appear for the single examination. With this, this is what in nutshell, brief nutshell, I am presenting before you. And any questions are there, you can just kindly. And now I ask Mr. Kasi Viswanathan experiences, because he has the major examination, the 2 crores was conducted by him, and he personally, he was the nodal RRB for the level 1 examination.
Right, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, for the very informative lecture, sir.
Yeah, now it's my privilege to introduce and welcome Sri B. Kasi Viswanathan, an officer of the 1992 year batch who joined the Indian Railways of Mechanical Engineers, IRSME. And he is currently the chairman, Railway Recruitment Board, Bengaluru. Talking about the experience of Sri B. Kasi Viswanathan, he joined the Ministry of Defense in the year 1988 and worked there till 1992. And he was in the BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, Bangalore. And also he worked in Indian Ordnance Factory Service, IOFS, before joining this IRSME. And he has excellent professional expertise and skills to talk about the presentation today, like our own chairman, Chennai region also. Mr. Kasi Viswanathan has human resource management, manpower planning, recruitment and training, motivation and effective utilization of staff. He has skills in material management, finance and costing, project management, and maintenance management. He has international exposure at General Motors locomotive manufacturing facility in Chicago and many other locomotive maintenance facilities in various parts of the United States of America, London, and participated in the advanced management training at INSEAD, Singapore, and ICLIF in Malaysia, and very unique achievements as the chairman, Railway Recruitment Board, Bengaluru. Sir has developed a comprehensive end-to-end recruitment management system and has successfully implemented for the first time in Indian Railways. As convener, He has played a significant role in streamlining the computer-based test CBT process of RRBs and documentation of the entire process of CBT examination, evaluation, and result processing. As nodal chairman, he successfully planned, scheduled, and coordinated the world's largest computer-based test for 2.37 crore candidates across the country for the recruitment of about 1.2 lakh vacancies of assistant loco pilots, technicians, and level 1 posts in Indian Railways. A credible achievement, sir. It will be a lovely time listening to you, and we really look forward to hearing from you about this particular topic, National Recruitment Agency, which is very, very suited to what you have achieved in this field. Over to you, sir. We look forward to hearing from you and the audience speak enriched. Welcome.
Not is there.
Can the administrator unmute the mic if it is muted,
Yes.
please?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Sir is available, na? Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. Mr. Venkateshwar, DG, PIB. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very much, sir.
Yeah. Sri Venkateshwar, DG, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Mr. Palanichami, Mr. Gurubabu Kamaraj, and Mr. Srinivas Reddy, and Mr. Balaguru, and friends who are on the YouTube as well as on this webinar. A very good afternoon to everyone. It is indeed a privilege to participate in this webinar related to NRA, which is very dear to me and to RRB. In line with the digital mission of the Prime Minister of India in the first phase of the government in 2015, the lot of efforts were taken in the digital mission from Railways side, and Railways conducted the first computer-based examination in August 2015 itself. The journey started in 2015, has progressed, and as on date, we have completed 6 computer-based examination covering about 4.5 crore, around 4 crore candidates we have completed so far in the computer-based examination. That foundation that was laid by Railway Recruitment Board in the conducting the recruitment process through digital mode has helped the candidates with respect to the transparency in the examination, reducing the timeline, which is the hallmark of digital process, transparency and speed, which we have initiated from the Railway Recruitment Board side. We started the examination on digital mode with the recruitment of junior engineers and senior engineers in August and September 2015, and the exam process was completed within a period of 6 months. That was a very quick speed exam that we were able to conduct. Then based on that experience, we have streamlined our entire process of conducting examination on digital media and standardized the entire process with respect to how it should be administered, how it should be managed on a pan-India basis, and how it can be scheduled for larger exams. The biggest exam that we conducted in September, started in September 2018 and completed in December 2018 for about 2.37 crore candidates, involving about 50 lakh candidates for technicians and assistant loco pilots, and about 1.9 crore for level 1. That means 1800 examination that we have done. And that was the biggest exam conducted ever in the world. Having 1.89 crore candidates scheduled for a common examination, the record set by Railway Recruitment Boards in September in 2018 for that examination, and we continue to do so. The first exam that we did was for the National Non-Technical Popular Category NTPC in 2016. That was for about 1.29 crore, taken by this level 1 exam for about 1.89 crore candidates conducted in 2018. Now also we have lined up examination for about 1.26 crore candidate for the non-technical popular category, which Mr. Srinivas has explained about goods card, assistant station master, clerical category examination that we will be conducting as soon as it is conducive for conducting the examination. So the journey of digital recruitment process started with railways was followed by Staff Selection Commission and also is being conducted by IBPS, which are the three major recruiting agencies in the country, which all of us are aware. The process of combining examination, that means reducing the multiplicity of examination that is being held by Railway Recruitment Board, IBPS, and Staff Selection Commission, was seriously deliberated from 2015 onwards. And 2015-16, the National Carrier Service was initiated, which most of you must be aware. There was a portal for NCS portal was established, and the candidates were made to register their candidature so that we can avoid multiplicity of examination. But the process has undergone a lot of research, and finally the government has announced National Recruiting Agency as a formal organization to conduct the common eligibility test, which will be utilized initially by these three major recruiting bodies. This is in fact, as Mr. Srinivas has deliberated in detail and Mr. Palanichami has also explained in a crystal clear manner to the knowledge of the candidates and to the country. It will be a real boon to the candidates, and it will reduce multiple appearances for each and every recruitment bodies, which will create fatigue in the candidate's mindset. And also, as explained, it involves cost, travel, energy. All these things can be synergized by the candidate and concentrate on only one common eligibility test. The seed for this common eligibility test and for developing NRA can be traced back towards the academic examination that was being conducted by the government. Initially, GATE examination was being used only for getting admission in postgraduate in IITs and the engineering colleges, but the GATE score was used by many public undertakings like Steel Authority of India Limited, NDPC, PHEL. So that has reduced candidates to appear examination in multiple recruiting PSU exams by using GATE. Then later, for academic sessions also, for engineering, we used to have large many examination conducted by the states, as well as AEEE for NITs and JEE for IITs. That all was merged together as JEE as a single examination, which was again a boon to the candidates appearing in many examinations, preparing for different level of examination. Now you have only one level of examination to be prepared, concentrate, focus, and then based on your merit and choice, you are able to get whatever academic institution that you need. The JEE experience was followed for medical, and the medical also, different states had different admission process that all has been brought down and streamlined as need. So in that process of streamlining of examinations, be it an academic exam or a recruitment examination, the government has really taken phenomenal steps in reducing the stress in the minds of people in preparing for multiple examination. In that direction, this NRA is a very, very welcome step, which as recruiting bodies, it will also help us. More than that, the candidates will get benefited phenomenally. The process involved in conducting the computer-based examination, especially large examination when we do, it starts with the notification for the examination. Then we collect applications from the candidates. That means the candidate has to go through notifications and he has to apply for each and every notifications, paying the examination fee. And then after the application, it is being screened by the respective organization. Then exams are scheduled, first level exam. This entire process takes about 5 to 6 months. That means the candidate has to apply, appear, and wait for the first stage result from all these three major recruiting bodies for the first stage result. when this NRA will register only with NRA first. That means he registers his candidature with his qualification, which he will be able to update as and when he is acquiring additional qualification. That means that he will say having an SSL certification and he will fill his registration as 10th standard candidate. Then later he may acquire +2, he may acquire a degree, he may acquire professional examination eligibility. He will be able to keep on updating his eligibility to appear in different examination. And once he has registered himself for a particular level of examination and he writes and get an eligible score, what is the eligibility for each and every level will be decided by NRA, and it will be published in due course as and when the Gazette notification comes. So the candidate needs to apply and register himself for the common eligibility test with NRA. And after he gets the score, which our speakers have explained in detail, what is the eligibility criteria and what will be the eligibility of this score, for how long it will be valid, and which are the organization which will be using this. So all three of us will be using this score, and based on our notification, whatever that we are going to notify after the Gazette notification is, we are not very clear. As and when the scheme comes into place and the CET score is available, which we will be using it as per the guidelines to be issued by the Government of India in due course. So this will be primarily eliminating the screening test, which is the most common and voluminous. The importance is, when you do such a high volume examination across the country, the coordination and the effort that you have to put forth in ensuring a transparent, integrity accomplished examination is a very big challenge, because the volume plays a significant role in ensuring integrity of the examination, in scheduling the examination. By all three of us, we were doing independently. That means we were wasting our resources simultaneously in doing the same job, which now will be done. Let us say 3 crore candidates are appearing in all these three examinations every year together, will be now conducted by NRA as one examination based on the notifications which were being issued by the recruiting bodies. So it will reduce the stress in the minds of the people tremendously. So the score that they are going to have will be useful to appear in any of our examination, and they will get the benefit. So as far as RRB recruitment is concerned, Mr. Srinivas has given in detail, and I have briefed you about the criticality and the difficulty involved in conducting examination and the duplicity of exams that all three of us were conducting, which will get eliminated because of this NRA examination. So I am very hopeful, as and when this notification comes and then NRA starts its playing recruitment activity, the candidates will be really blessed. With this, I would like to really put forth my appreciation and thanksgiving to the government for making this NRA into place by the cabinet approval, and I'm very eagerly waiting for the Gazette notification. So myself and Reddy, Mr. Reddy and the RRBs are thankful to PIB for giving this opportunity to us to put forth our views on Railway Recruitment Board's recruitment process, and we are available here to take any queries which is within our framework. We are welcoming the questions. So once again, I thank Mr. Kamraj and the entire team for giving us this opportunity to participate in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That has been our privilege listening to both the chairmen who have actually described the voluminous work involved in recruiting candidates for the country's probably the second biggest organization after defense. So I think around 14 lakhs employees are there. So such is the kind of challenge the RRBs were taking so far. and it is duplicated again by the bank IBPS and SSC for the central government. So the way both the chairmen have explained the challenges involved and the introduction of NRA fits rightly well in mitigating the sufferings as pointed out of the candidates. In fact, NRA has become candidate friendly agency. So that's a very big decision by the cabinet, and we humbly thank our both the chairmen for giving a clear and lucid explanation of what NRA is about. So thank you, sir. Thanks both of you, sir. Now I request our Shri Balaguru. He is an expert trainer who basically coaches students in Tuticorin as a faculty in an institute there. So he has trained, and almost over 10,000 students have become successful. So he's a one we want to hear about NRA from someone in the field. So that is why we have actually wanted a private expert to speak on this, and we have Mr. Balaguru with us. So who will be giving his opinion about how the lives will change for the candidates after the introduction of NRA. So I welcome special guest Shri Balaguru to speak on the topic.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome.
Can you audible?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome our guest Palnichami sir, Venkateshwar sir, Srinivasa Reddy. All are welcome you, sir. On behalf of competitive exam aspirants, I have tell about the few benefits of the NRA, National Recruitment Agency. It is reduce the student stress level, completely reduced, because this exam is conducted in one exam. So we have concentrated only one type of the syllabus in every year, throughout the year. So the student diversion is stopped, only focused on the particular syllabus and focused on the exams and getting the mark and waiting for the jobs. It is a good news for the all competitive exam aspirants. Thank you very much for these initiatives. NRA exam is conducted across the country, so the competition is the same for the across the country. Only the talented candidate will only get the job, and the benefits are another benefit is the one-time applications and one-time fee payment. The past days are applying the candidate to the every exam to pay the some money and the candidate are the only one-time fees payments, and the travel expenses are the reduced. It is more benefits for the on behalf of the competitive exam aspirants. The aspirants are focused only one syllabus, one exam, and one job. It's a very useful. It is very useful for. Thank you so much for Kamaraj sir for arrange for these sessions. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Friends, now we are opening the platform for queries and discussion. So as our chairmen have indicated, anything that concerns RRB can be asked to them. And in general, Palnichami sir and Balaguru, Mr. Balaguru, both of them will answer on queries about NRA. So now the forum is open for discussion and queries.
No, I have one query, one question from RRB, both chairmen. Kamaraj, I think, sir,
Yes, sir.
Asivithanathan sir and Reddy sir, actually one small question. For example, most of our RRB centers are already in the metro center, not in Tirunelveli, though it's a big town. Now, small districts are formed. No, just to clear the people's mind. That's all. So what I want to know, now the 1,000+ centers, the exam will be conducted. Can the second level examination also can be conducted in the same centers? Because you are doing it online. Already you are doing it online, both SSC, RRB, all three are in the online mode, except that written part. That written part also in the computer based, especially in the IBPS is concerned. And I think most of us have even in SSC also there is a written essay we have to write. So if it is online and the same district level, I think this will further facilitate our youth to come forward to appear. Sir, Kasi sir, is it possible, please?
See, there are certain process that we have to ensure integrity of examination.
Okay.
We conduct the first stage examination in the nearest place of the candidate. If a person is from Tirunelveli, as pointed out by you, we have centers in Tirunelveli, and we conducted exam in Tirunelveli in the first stage examination. Because first stage the volume was so high, we will distribute the centers across the country to reduce the travel to the candidates. This is the primary purpose of conducting first stage in the nearest center. But as far as second stage is concerned, the candidates have applied to a particular RRB. So if a candidate from Tirunelveli has applied to Chennai RRB, then they will have to appear in the examination within the centers organized by RRB Chennai. Then RRB Chennai, based on the volume and the distribution of the candidates available within the state. Suppose I have to conduct the second stage examination for 20,000 people in Tamil Nadu in a single shift. Then in a single shift, if I have to conduct 20,000 candidate exam in Tamil Nadu, then I need, if I have a centers of 500 candidate capacity, then I'll be needing around 40 centers. So the 40 centers, maybe Chennai will have around 10 centers because of the metro. Trichy may have 3-4 centers, Madurai, Tirunelveli. So major metros, we will be able to have it, but it will not be possible to have in each and every district, because in that district, the number of candidates available will be so less. Organizing the logistics may not be appropriate to spread the examination into too many places with respect to the integrity of examination. So we need to have control over the people. So we decide based on the requirement whether we can have examination to the nearest place, that is first stage. Second stage will be conducted as required based on the candidate's density and the particular RRB requirement.
Thank you, sir. Fine. Well, that is, the question was based, it's from the student's point of view, not my point of view.
I agree with you. So you are basically, we really should appreciate in this forum about Mr. Palanichami's effort, that the initiative and the drive and the passion, and that is the Government of India examination. The candidate should not look at his neighbor alone. He has to look at a person in Jammu, a person in Assam, and a person in Gujarat. Everywhere he has to look at and then grade himself where he stands, and then accordingly he has to elevate his preparation.
Yes, sir.
And only he stands a chance in the competition. So that all of us are aware, and the candidate should also should be aware that competition means competition. We have to prepare for the war.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a question, sir. Even maybe it's too premature, but the idea of having RRBs in every zone, the actual agenda may be to give maximum chances to the people from the zone. Maybe I do not know whether anyone can apply for a particular zone's exam. I hope anyone can apply from any part of the country. Now, in the new NRA, sir, what is this zonal cost? Because we are conducting a common exam, CET. So, what is the guarantee that it will have the maximum participation from a particular zone? So, that zonal thing will go away, or what, sir?
No, let me explain like this.
Yes, sir.
We have 21 RRBs. in 21 zonal railways. In fact, in Southern Railway, we have 2 RRPs. One is at Chennai and another is at Trivandrum.
Right.
At macro level, any central government department, any Indian citizen can apply. There is no restriction or there is no reservation for a particular state. Coming back to our Railway Recruitment Board examinations, we have developed a system of a centralized employment notification. A single employment notification we issue, but the vacancies pertaining to each zone are different, and those vacancies will be taken care of by that particular RRB. A candidate is given a choice. He can select any out of the 21 RRBs, he can select any RRB. He need not select even being a Tamil Nadu candidate, he need not select RRB Chennai. He can even select RRB Bengaluru or RRB Secunderabad. So that is his choice. Generally, they take a choice depending on the number of vacancies, whether a particular post is notified for them or not, depending on his educational qualification, etc. There is no restriction. Any candidate can apply. So that once he has selected a particular RRB, he will be considered only for that RRB.
Oh.
For example, in the recent examinations, because we had these questions are being asked, to quote recent selection, 2.5 lakh Tamil Nadu candidates applied for RRB Bengaluru. Maybe for their own reasons. Might be they might be residing there, or they thought that they may have a better chance of getting selected. That is an individual choice. And not only railways, even other organizations also, there is no statewide reservation. A candidate, any candidate can apply.
Right.
Sir,
Right,
I
sir.
have a question.
Just to clarify only, sir. Right. Yes, Balaguru.
Sir, I have a question. Students, any aspirants got job through NRA, the same mark is eligible for got the job for another board or same board. Got it, sir? The aspirant got job through NRA, the same mark is eligible for got another job through another boards or same board.
No. But then, if I understand, you are saying that based on the same score, can he apply to different organizations? That's what you are asking.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Suppose based on the one score, you may get selected to railways. Later, can he again apply to Staff Selection Commission or banking examination? Is that your doubt?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sir, right.
Yes,
You're
yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah,
That is the thing. You can apply the same mark.
Yeah, he can apply. Right now also, a candidate can get selected. He can again write the examination. Only requirement is that from wherever he is working, he should get a no objection certificate and he should get properly relieved and go and join at other organization. We have no details. We can only make the safe assumption that a score based on the single score, he can apply to one organization, he can get selected, but later again he can say on the same score, that score will not get expired. That is my assumption, but that is my understanding. And because the 3 years validity period will be there, based on the same score, he can again apply to another department and get selected. If he gets selected, he can take proper relieving letter, NOC, and go and join there.
No, actually, sir, what I understood, I think Balaguru, நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்வி வந்து இந்த ஸ்கோர் ஒரு டைம் வாங்குற ஸ்கோரை வச்சுக்கிட்டு ஒரு டைம் ஒரு ஜாப்ல போய் ஜாயின் பண்ணியாச்சுன்னா அதே ஸ்கோரை வேற இடத்துக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணலாமா அப்படின்னு தான் அவர் பாலகுரு கேக்குறாரு. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. ஆமா கரெக்ட் தான்.
கரெக்ட். என்னன்னா இதுல கம்யூனிகேஷன் கேப், டோன்ட் வரி. இந்த ஸ்கோர் நீங்க வந்து இப்போ வந்து நம்ம என்ஆர்ஐல வாங்கியிருக்க ஒரு ஸ்கோரை வச்சுட்டு நீங்க வந்து சப்போஸ் சிடிஎம்ல வாங்கியிருக்க ஸ்கோரை வச்சுட்டு நீங்க வந்து சப்போஸ் ரயில்வேல ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா இந்த ஸ்கோர் எங்கேயும் போகாது. ஏன்னா இந்த ஸ்கோரோட வேலிடிட்டி 3 இயர்ஸ்க்கு. நீங்க இதே வச்சுட்டு ஐபிபிஎஸ் எழுதலாம், இதே வச்சுக்கிட்டு நீங்க எஸ்எஸ்சி எழுதலாம். ஓகே, ஸ்கோர் இஸ் சேம்.
Another important aspect is that same time and the same score, he may apply to different
Was in the same department.
organizations
Yes, sir.
and may get selected to different organizations, then he may choose to join one particular
Yeah.
organization. That may also happen.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yeah, there is-
Mr. Balaguru,
Yes, sir.
the candidate should also understand, as of now, NRA has not detailed anything much about how this score will be utilized and what will be the process to be followed by these recruiting bodies are yet to come out. So it is right now a common eligibility test. That means based on this score, the recruiting bodies will select the next stage of examination as per the decision by the recruiting bodies based on the vacancies that they are notifying against which these candidates who are having the CET score will apply. Based on the CET score, the organization may select X number of candidates as per the vacancy and conduct their own examination for the limited number of candidates. So for example, today, we are going to conduct for about 1.26 crore candidates for non-technical popular category. So from that, we are going to shortlist about X candidates based on the vacancy. Suppose if I have vacancy of 35,000, so I may call about, so if I have 35,000 candidates, we may call about 35 into 10, around 3 lakh or something we will be calling, whatever the numbers that we have notified. We will be conducting for that limited number of candidates. That means the less candidates will be appearing in the examination to be conducted by the recruiting bodies. Once he is appearing in the second stage examination or the examination of the concerned organization and gets selected based on his merit, his right to apply for another organization is not generally removed. As we all know, whether it is UPSC, even in UPSC, it is permitted that you are getting a job in one organization. Again, you will be applying, but there it is, each notification is different. Here, the notifications by the recruiting bodies will be coming independently. You will be having a common eligibility score. So that CET score you will be using and then you will be applying for various recruiting bodies. So the right of the candidate to apply for multiple organizations, and in case he gets, as Mr. Srinivas explained, to change over from one organization to another organization, the policy has to come, and what are the protocols to be followed on that will all be detailed in the forthcoming notification that we are expecting. When I say notification,
Right.
To continue
Sir,
with that,
Mr. Major Madan Kumar is raising his hand.
Yeah, please.
Sir, good afternoon and thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
the wonderful session by the PIB. Sir, I keep addressing students in terms of career guidance and colleges and all. I keep visiting. Just few clarifications from my side, sir. Now, what all the exams are which are getting absolved in this? One I heard is a banking exam, and second is the RRB, and third is the Staff Service Commission (SSC). How about
Yes, sir.
UPSC and Defense Services Examination, sir?
UPSC handles Group A services of examinations. NRA is meant to be for the non-guested Group B and Group C categories of central government organizations.
Okay, sir. Okay. It's only for Group B and Group C.
As on
Group
date.
A will continue to have its own recruitment process
Yes, yes.
as per UPSC and as per the CDS, the Staff
Yes.
Service
Yes.
CDS. This is going to continue.
And
So
right,
this will be the preliminary round of exam which will be done centrally, and subsequently each recruiting bodies will further conduct their own exams or interviews that will be as per their process.
Yeah, sir.
yeah, you are at the point. This is a preliminary score. Based on this preliminary score, a candidate has to apply to different posts of different organizations. That organization may have a second stage examination, or they may conduct a physical examination test, or they may directly accept the score and shortlist the candidates and get select also. That depends on the, for example, railways is there. Ours are the multiple stage examinations. We conduct a preliminary stage examination. We conduct a second stage examination. In fact, for assistant loco pilot, we also conduct an aptitude test or psychoanalysis test also. So this is a preliminary score. depending on the number of the vacancies, generally for the second stage, we call 10 times to the number of vacancies. So based on this score, we may shortlist for further stages of the examination.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And one final question, sir. What is the frequency of this examination? It is conducted once in a year or twice in a year?
Right now, what is announced is that twice in a year.
Twice in a year.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
And one can apply multiple times and improve the score, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
That
sir.
is another facility given. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. And this is an online exam, sir?
Yeah.
This is online multiple choice objective type examination, computer based.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, sir. We will share the PIB press release on the subject, sir. Yeah, sir. We will shortly share the PIB press release on the actual press release issued by our PIB Delhi on the cabinet approving the NRE. So that we will just share in the chat box, sir.
Okay, sir. That would be great, sir. That would be great. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm just sharing it, sir. Right, sir. Friends, any more questions?
Sir, I want a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Now, the railway exam, இப்போ ரயில்வே எக்ஸாம் நடந்துட்டு இருக்குன்னா ஒரு ரயில்வே எக்ஸாமத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் தமிழகத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அதிகமான தமிழகத்துல ரயில்வே எக்ஸாம் நடந்தாலும் அதிகமான நார்த் இந்தியன் பெஸ்ட் மக்கள் தான் இங்க ஜாபுக்கு கிடைக்க வராங்க. அதுக்கு காரணம் என்னன்னா லாங்குவேஜ் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் தான் இப்ப நீங்க கொடுக்கப்படாத ரயில்வே
மைக் பக்கத்துல வைங்க.
ஓகே சார், அதாவது தமிழகத்துல நடக்கக்கூடிய ரயில்வே எக்ஸாம் தமிழகத்தில் இன்பேஸ் ஆல் இந்தியன் பேஸ்ல ரயில்வே எக்ஸாம் நடக்கும்போது தமிழகம் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு வந்துகிட்டு வாய்ப்புகள் ரொம்ப கம்மியாகப்படுது. ஏன் அதோட கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நார்த் இந்தியன் ஸ்பேஸ்ல மட்டும் தான் இருக்குமா, இல்ல எல்லா கொஸ்டின்ஸுமே அந்த மாதிரி தான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்களா என்னன்னு தெரியல, தான் கேட்கலாம்.
Okay. Mr. Palaniswamy, it's beyond the scope of present this one, but let me explain.
Yes, sir.
Because let me explain also.
Yes, sir.
In a simple terms. As I already explained, ours is a centralized employment notification. At the time of submitting his online application, a candidate has a choice of selecting any of the 21 RRBs. There is no restriction, but once the RRB is selected, he will be considered for the vacancies of that RRB jurisdiction. Second, ours is, there is no manual intervention. Ours is a highly computerized, like Ms. Kasi has explained in detail. From the start to end, it is totally digital. There is no manual intervention. In fact, our examinations are multiple choice, objective type. The questions also generated so randomly, and then it is absolutely foolproof. Third point, our question paper is given in 15 languages, including Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada, including, you name it, all the languages we are giving the question paper. It's not in English and Hindi, but all the 15 languages is given. Another important aspect I would like to clarify is that recently we released the statistics also to the press. In the recent examinations, most of in our either Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, most of our graduates are engineering graduates.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We have shared the information also. For assistant loco pilot, the qualification required is diploma and BTech also eligible along with ITI. And junior engineers, the BTech candidates are eligible, where more than 50% of the candidates got selected are from Tamil Nadu. So we have given the statistics also. Similarly, we also given the statistics saying that Tamil Nadu candidates have not applied only to Tamil Nadu. They have applied to other Bengaluru, Trivandrum, even Secunderabad also. Nearly 2.5 lakhs candidates applied to the Bengaluru RRB. That is their choice. And our examination, we are very proud to say that it is so streamlined, it is based on the merit and hard work. That's why even though we completed 4 major employment notifications and handled more than 3 crores candidates, there was not even a single case of a complaint. That is the track record of RRBs.
Great, sir.
So statistics speaks for themselves. So the issue is our
No, I'll share you another aspect. I'll share, it depends on the aspiration of the candidates pertaining to a particular region. Because I belong to Andhra Pradesh, I have a lot of experience. You name it, you throw a stone, it will hit an engineer. Every boy and girl is an engineer. And everyone aspiring to join as a software engineer or to go to the USA and all. And most of them, they want in a technical job.
Right.
That is their aspiration. And most of the IITs also, from LKG onwards, now the IIT coaching started. So the aspiration of the parents, the students are trained in such a way that they should become an engineer or IIT engineer and join. So they will not be thinking of joining in a group's job till they exhaust all the chances. No one will be thinking to join in. That is it depends on the culture of the parents and students where they are aspiring for. And I strongly believe, because we have a lot of experience, any candidate belonging to any region, any community, any language, if he spends 4 years hard work, he will definitely get a government job.
Sir, I will throw one technique. Sir, I think Kazi sir, solunga. Just basically.
The question yaar ketanglo, whoever it is applicable to the state. Basically, I will say Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. Srinivas sonna madri, my South Indian people are more focused towards engineering, medicine, computer, going abroad. All are perfectly fine. But in Tamil Nadu, also there are large number of people who are aspiring to join the Group C post in RRB. They are only aspiring. There is a difference between aspiring and having a passion. So aspiring to join as an assistant loco pilot or a technician in RRB Chennai region is not adequate, because if we see Chennai RRB region total statistics, I can tell about Karnataka. So for the Group C post and Group D post in Karnataka, almost 75% of our applicants are from the state only. So even in the RRB Chennai region, the number of applicants for assistant loco pilots, maybe around 60 to 70% will be from Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
It's not that they are not aspiring. That they are applying means they want to get a job. They have got that eligibility, and many of them are engineers also from Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Why they are not able to succeed? Because they are thinking about themselves, their own friends, who are studying in their coaching center or in their neighbor or in their own college. Competition is not a Tamil Nadu competition. It is an all India competition. So the students have to have a passion for studying, and it is a competitive examination, multiple type questions. Syllabus is clearly announced, and the exam is conducted on the same day with the same question paper throughout the country. The question papers are not different for different people. It is all same for the entire country, and it is administered not only in English and Hindi, it is also administered in Tamil, Malayalam, as Mr. Srinivas told, all major Indian languages. So that means the candidates have to realize their potential, realize the competition, where do they stand, and what is the goal they have to achieve. So there lies the solution to the issue. So people have to really work hard. It is not enough to apply. You have to appear with the preparation.
Yes, sir.
Rightly said. Yeah.
Mr. Sadish is raising his hand.
Yeah, please, Mr. Satish. Any more questions? Any more questions? Yeah, there was a question from Mr. Jai Singh, who wanted to ask, after NRA comes into force, what will happen to the regional offices of SSC and IBPS? So that was the question, sir. So maybe if I put it differently, what is the percentage of workload this NRA is cutting short, sir?
We may
For
not.
RRB or SSC or
RRB, at least their domain they can tell.
yeah, yes, sir. Please, sir.
So it will see, as I was mentioning, the NRA has to formally announce what is their organization, how the organization is going to be there, whether it is a centrally established organization or it will have, like Staff Selection Commission, NRA will be a national, it is a national body having their nodal organization in Delhi, whichever is the place, and they will have the regional organization. And what is the, that means their primary purpose is to conduct only common eligibility test.
Yes.
They will conduct and make available the score. And how they are going to organize that and what will be their organization, they will be announcing. And in that also they have mentioned they will have representatives of these participating recruiting bodies. So we have to see what sort of what you call final framework they are going to organize and then communicate. Then only we'll be able to speak on this subject.
Yes.
Amraj,
Hello. Yes, sir.
Acha, see, Sunana, what we'll do is, we should not speculate about what government should take in cabinet decision. We should leave it only to what decision has been taken within that purview, because we are all into the same institution. They are also constitutional bodies. So let us limit only this one. That once they announce, we'll go it. Okay? Yeah.
Right, sir. Right.
Absolutely.
There was a question from media, sir. That is why. Anyway, sir. Any more questions, friend? Yeah. Any more questions? Yes. Right, sir. I think we are almost in the stage of winding up, sir. So it was a great session, sir. Thanks, friends, for participating. We place our appreciation and humble thanks for the chief guest, guest of honor, our chairmen, both the chairmen who have taken their time off. And though it is just a cabinet decision, a cabinet approval, but still they also thought it is their responsibility, along with PIB and ROB's responsibility, in making the right information reach the people, reach the media. So that was a great association with both the chairmen from both the railway boards, sir. In fact, Srinivas sir was taking time from his, and he has been sharing specially prepared reports in the chat box also to make things more clear. So that is a great gesture from you as well, sir. And Kasi Vishwanath sir also has answered all the queries in a very balanced way, sir. Very nice of you, sir. And we humbly thank our DG sir, who despite the busy schedule and the GST meeting which is going on in Delhi, he took his time off and he was among us giving the presidential address as well. So we thank him. We thank our Palanichami sir, without whom a topic like this can never be even thought of by we people. So it was, he was always a great inspiration for us in dealing with topics like this. And I thank the media fraternity, professors, lecturers, the students, and all our ROB staff and officials for attending this webinar and for participating in the webinar. Friends, there is a certificate link shared in the chat box. Kindly, you have to just fill in your email ID and name. Immediately, you will get a certificate in your mail. So I thank once again for this great session and for the participation of everyone, especially the guests. And Sri Balaguru also has joined us, and he has given his opinion also, because he was the one who is actually in the field. So we place our thanks for Mr. Balaguru as well, and our Guru Babu sir as well, who has made the welcome address. So thanks everyone. Thanks a lot, friend. Sir, DG sir, you want to add, sir? DG sir?
Kamraj, tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, you want to say something, sir? We are winding up.
No. Good. Very good. All the best. Good luck. It was a nice session.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you. Right.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you all.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Thank you. Can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
You
sir.
can
Please,
do
sir.
it.
Thank
Please,
you
sir.
very
You can.
much. Thank you very much.